Shalom, Yahushua, Alatah, Bahasham Yahusha, to all the sisters. You understand? This is the ISUPK. We started out on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And we teach all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their culture according to the Bible, man. That goes for the West Indians, you understand, the Haitians, the Dominicans, all of our people that's and oppressed across the earth. You understand? We are here to teach you and wake you up and give you your culture and give you the understanding of your culture. And it's imperative that we do so. So I ask that everybody like and share the broadcast, if you don't mind. And we're going to get into a few things before our topic. And these things are all on topic, man. Right now, we still going through the Feast of Tabernacles, Salakia, if I may. One second while I share this broadcast. Make sure y'all like and share the broadcast, please, and thank you. The water to those y'all that's tuning in. Give me a second while I share this to all of these groups. And man, I just want to say, man, you know, Most High in Christ, all the brothers, all the Akim, man, in Texas, man, who I want to get them brothers in hand, man, for what they did right there at the border, man. You understand? Like, that was so huge for the brothers in Texas, man, to stand up against oppression, man, against our enemies, man, in the face of evil and wickedness, man, and stand true and strong. And, you know, look out for our Haitian brothers, man, and our Hispanic brothers right there at that border, man, that's going through hell, man. And it just further proves to you that America is definitely, you understand, a land of captivity, man, a land of wickedness. You understand? These brothers and sisters from Haiti, and if I may for a second, these brothers and sisters from Haiti, man, they left Haiti to come out to flee into South America, man, from South America to America for refuge, man, seeking refuge, you understand, to get away from the atrocity that happened with the earthquake. And the white man, who is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, you understand, has took it upon himself to round them up and treat them like cattle, man. You understand, and whip them and use rope and horses. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? How they did with the slaves, man. And the white man, who is the oppressor, man. You understand? Doesn't have any compassion for any of the 12 tribes. Let's get this clear. Any of the 12 tribes. Let that been an Asian. Let that been of Afghanistan, Afghani. Let that been an Iraqi. You understand? Let that been anybody other than the 12 tribes. This is how you know who we are. This is how you know that we are the 12 tribes, because look at the brothers in Haiti who can't even, they wouldn't even allow our brothers, you understand, to feed and clothe our people, man. They told them to go drop it to a church, man, in America, as if the Christian church is not the most corrupt organization, you understand, on the face of the earth, man. This is what they told our brothers to do, man. They told our brothers to drop those supplies to somebody in America, man. When America, you understand, we're not faced with, we are faced with a whole different battle. There's poverty, don't get it twisted. But right now, the poverty that the Haitians are facing supersedes, you understand, the things that's going on right here in America, man. They are displaced. They don't have a home to go to, you understand? So the fact that we wasn't able to give supplies through the American border, you understand, our brothers, you understand, found a way, you understand, to get them brothers and sisters those supplies. They went through Mexico. And we want to give them brothers a hand for the outstanding work that they did, man. Most High in Christ, man. The water to Captain Yatzazak, you understand, out there, man, who you know what I'm saying, who did his thing, man, and leading those brothers, man, to represent the Lord properly, man, and feed our people, man, and make sure our people got what they need, no matter if the goddamn devil, you understand, is trying to stop them, you understand? Let that be to any brother and sister in the school, man. We got work to do constantly. You never know when your number is called for you to have to step up and, you know, understand, and feed your people and clothe and save your people, man. This is not the work for the weak. Fake Israelites, they cannot do what we do. You understand? And that's why we do what we do, because these commandments are strong. You understand? It's commanded of us to do these things. And I'm not saying that as if the brothers just following orders of the Most High. That's a major part of everything in our life, is following orders. But I know that every brother and sister in the ISUPK is compassionate. That's why we did it, for the pure love of our brothers, you understand, and sisters that's out there. You get me? It ain't just, oh man, I was ordered to come bring some food. It has nothing to do with that. We recognize there is a problem. There is something, there's a need, there's something going on that it's not going to get fixed. We can't wait on America to save us. You understand that? You should realize that America ain't coming to save you. Let this be a lesson to every black person in America, man. When your day of trouble comes, and it's going to come to America, I don't for 1 second think that America is coming to save you. They're not. It's going to be every man for themselves, man. Unless you're in this school, man. And in this school, we're going to look out for each other. We're going to look out for the weak. We're going to look out for those who can't, man. We're going to look out for our nation, because the Lord has put us over our nation, man. The Lord has given us risen up men, you understand, to do righteous acts. And it's a righteous act to love your brother, man. It's a righteous act to give to your brother, man, to treat your brother as if you should want to be treated. That is very righteous, man. And that is a commandment. That is what the law is all about. The law is all about us coming. It circles back to us loving each other, man. That's what it's about. It's rules and guidelines for us to love each other. You understand it? And what we seen today from the Akim in Texas, man, like, is amazing display of what Christ would have did. You understand that? Christ did do that. Christ fed many with 2 fish and a loaf of bread. You understand? This is what Christ did. So that's the same thing these brothers did in Texas, man. They fed many with whatever we had, man. And we made sure that them brothers and sisters will never forget that the Lord is watching over them and protecting them, man. And we urge every brother and sister, man, out there that's on these airwaves, man, that's watching these classes, to get in this truth so you can come under this protection. Because in your day of trouble, there's nothing like having nobody having to depend on your oppressor, man. Depending on your oppressor, you will fail. You will die. Excuse my language. Forget failing, man. You're going to die waiting on your enemy to save you. If you're in America and you're married to the enemy and you want them to save you, well, good goddamn luck, man. Because they showed who they're going to look out for. They're going to look out for terrorists, man. The Afghani people have been linked to hating America, man. When have you known the Haitians to hate America? And I'm not saying whether they do or they don't, but are they out in America blowing up America? Are they trying to get over here, and are we at war with Haiti? Yes, America is at war with Haiti because America hates Haitians. You understand? But as far as diplomatically, are we at war with Haiti? No. Haiti is no threat to America. But America hates Haitians. They hate Haitians because what? They hate Haitians because those are God's chosen people, man. That's the reason why they hate the Haitians, man. They hate Haitians because the Haitians are just like you. blacks, Hispanics in America, and Native Indians in America. You understand? Native Americans, Salakia. You are hated just as much as the Haitians are, just as much as the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. And when your day of trouble comes, if the Lord don't send the men of the Lord to help you, you're going to die. You're absolutely going to starve waiting on America. Trying to come to America for refuge, you're going to die. They're going to kill you, round you up, and bury you in the dirt somewhere, or leave you wherever the hell you at and let you starve. But we won't have it. On our watch, we will never back down. We will never let our people suffer, man. Lord, you know, that's why it's important that we get this body, you understand, and that this body come together, man, because we can't do it without the help of each other. You understand? And we fully support our brothers in Texas, man, and the work that they put in, man. And we're thankful that we have amazing brothers that Commander General Yohana has raised up to do the work of the Lord. So all you people that are against us, the conscious community, you understand, you atheists, you non-believers, all of y'all who hate the Lord, man, you understand? Or for those who just don't believe in the Most High, you understand? Just know when your day of trouble come, there will be nobody to come help you unless it be the man of the Lord. Your people is the only people that's gonna save you. You understand? Looking for another nation to come save you is ridiculous, and it just won't happen. You'll never get your people, another nation, to love you in the way that we love each other, man. And we're raising up powerful men to love one another so that we will never have to depend on anybody else, man, ever. And that's important that we do this. Y'all don't know what's going on. There was a massive earthquake in Haiti that has displaced thousands of people, man. There's no food, water, power. These people are literally dying and starving, man. Our brothers, man, not people, but our brothers, man, and sisters. And America won't even allow us to get refuge to our people, man. And it's important that we understand these commandments, because never lose sight of our goal, man. Our goal is to come together, man. Let's pull that real quick. We're gonna pull that in the scriptures, man. We're gonna pull that in the scriptures because it's important that we realize that everything that we do is biblical. You understand? Everything that we do is biblical, and it's important that we do it, man. That we do it because the Lord has ordained us to do it. But also, it's important that you understand we do it because there is no other nation that's going to do it. Look in America right now. Do you think the government cares whether you're successful? Do you think that the government cares whether you have running water? There's still not clean water in Flint. There ain't no clean water in Flint right now. And you thinking that the American government is gonna do anything for a people that's not born on American soil? You got to be kidding, man. So it's important that we do it, man. And we're gonna start with the book of Zephaniah 2:1, man. These are commandments right here. This is a commandment right here, man. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Man, we are a nation that's not desired, man. And it's time we gather ourselves together, man. And what you seen out of those brothers, man, in Texas, man, is them gathering together and bringing our people together, and the strong taking care of those who are in need, man, of our nation. You understand that? And we're going to make great, honorable men and women out of that righteous act, because they're going to realize, wait a minute, my whole life I've worshiped the Catholic Church. I've given over to the French. I've given over to the Americans. I've given up my life over to this, to working and doing this and having fun. But in my time of trouble, the only people that came together to help us understand was the men of the Lord, man. And they'll never forget that. And for that, Lord willing, man, You understand? We able to gather together, man. We able to galvanize those brothers and sisters, man, to come serve the Lord, man, so that that day of trouble will never be again. That way they can be strong brothers and sisters, just like you are in this school, man. Just like you are in this school, you are a strong brother and sister. If you're able to sacrifice your life, your wants and your desires, and to give unto others and love your brother and sister before yourself, you are a strong brother and sister, man. Shalom, shalom, Hermes Mahia. You understand? You are a strong brother or sister, man, if you're able to do these things, man. And it's the Lord has commanded us to gather ourselves together. And this is why we do what we do, man. Because we want to bring those people who are in refuge, who are running away from a catastrophic event that happened in that land, man. That land that the Lord sent us to serve in, man. And we're trying to gather those brothers and sisters, man. If it be our will, man, with those brothers and sisters be in this school, they will seek refuge with the ISUPK, man. If it be our will and if it be the Lord's will, man. And we pray that the Lord's will is for those brothers and sisters to come into this truth, man. Out of this catastrophic event, man. You understand? But it's important that we gather together, man. That is the number one goal. It is when we speak on these streets, man, we are gathering our people together, man. That is our end game with this. You understand? And once we're gathered, we're able to teach these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Because we are together under one understanding, one faith, one belief, you understand, and one truth. And there is no more deceiving our people because we're together under the proper righteous authority and the righteous leadership. And why wouldn't we want that? You understand? Are you not tired of being in your country and suffering and feeling like a nobody, man? Feeling like every day is a struggle. Every day is a goddamn different adventure on how you will survive this day. You understand that? Every day is an adventure on how you will survive this day. You understand? And Salakia. We still doing the Feast of Tabernacles, so if you see me eating, just know I'm acknowledging the feast. You understand? Which is a commandment as well for us to do. Keep this feast days for 8 days. So anyway, so we're gathering ourselves together, man, as the Lord has commanded us to do so. And it's imperative that we love one another in that process. It's not just about just coming together, man. You coming together and loving each other. And what them brothers, like I said, what them brothers displayed, they displayed they displayed a selfless act of love, man. Imagine you having to deal with people that never seen you before in your life, right? And not only have they never seen you, but not only have they never seen you, but they've never heard the truth, and they've never seen charity come or salvation come from their own people or from a people in America that America tries to demonize. America wants blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to look like savages, to look like criminals, to look like we a bunch of thugs that kill each other and hate each other. All they do is talk about Chicago, right, where I'm from. And they put that as the pinnacle of, you understand, the way black folks live in America. We're a bunch of criminals, you understand? We kill each other, and we just don't love each other at all, right? But that's not true. At all. That is not true at all. You understand? We definitely love each other. We love each other more than you would ever know, because we are willing to do exactly what we say we're willing to do. You understand? We willing to put our life on the line. Hold on, Salagi. We will. We're not gonna back down and let someone stop us. You know what I'm saying? From what our goal is. And that goal, like I said, is to gather each other together. You understand that? Our goal is to absolutely gather each other together. It's not about looking good. It's not about, you understand, how well we speak. It's not about how good we're dressed. It's absolutely about us coming together for our people and helping one another, man, and loving one another. And the only way you're gonna gather yourself together is through love and through having that common goal, that common bond. The reason we are suffering is because we absolutely don't have nothing in common. We absolutely have nothing in common that we can look at ourselves and say, I resonate with that. I resonate with, you understand, Salaki. I resonate with Salaki. Give me 1 second. We look at ourselves and we don't ever see a people that, you understand, should be together. You understand? We look at ourselves as individuals. And this is how we're able to be attacked. This is how the Haitians are able to, you understand, come to our border and get mistreated because we're not together. Imagine if they touch one of our brothers, man, one of the tribes, and the other 11 came together and confronted the world. You understand that? Imagine that. Imagine not it just being just the ISUPK on those borders confronting American troops. You understand? Well, what they doing and how they treating our brothers at the border. But imagine if all 11 tribes came together for the Haitians. You understand that? For the tribe of Levi, man. Imagine that. Imagine seeing every tribe from every country across the world come to that border, man, and sit on that border and demand, you understand, that our oppressor, you understand, release our brothers and sisters. Imagine that. So, like, give me 1 second. Just imagine for 1 second that. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see all of us on that border. You understand? They don't want to see us all at that border, man, all at once, unified, standing down, standing firm, and demanding them to release our brothers and demanding our brothers to come to America. Even all, let's say just all of the tribes in America. You understand? If we all came together in America, that would be enough. Shit, hell alone the tribe of Issachar and Judah, let alone the natives, man. Come on, man. They wouldn't have no choice but to do that. You understand? They wouldn't have no choice but to do that at all. And there's nothing they could do against us. There's nothing that they could do to stop us. Absolutely nothing. So we're going to drop Zephaniah, man. We're going to get into a couple of these scriptures, man, and show you how important it is to love our brothers. You understand? It's imperative that we love our brothers, man. Let me get Let me get me get John 13 and 34. Baba Kashar, we're going to get John 13 and 34, man. And this is coming from Yahweh Shai himself. This is a new Salaki. We're going to read the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. How did Christ love us, man? This is Christ speaking, man. How did he love us? He loved us by what? Sacrificing his life, by teaching us the proper way to, you understand, to navigate this earth. That's how Christ loved us, man. Christ loved us by, you understand, not only giving his life, but knowing that he had to give his life and still being strong, still doing the work, knowing that he's gonna die. That's the type of spirit that you gotta have. That's the spirit that our brothers in Texas have, man. They love one another as the way Christ loved us. They love the brothers and sisters in Haiti, and the brothers and sisters in Haiti, not only in Haiti, but at the border, being persecuted the way Christ loved us, man. They was willing to, they could have easily turned away once the United States government said that, you understand, that they wasn't able to get through the American border. But what did these brothers do, man? These brothers went to the Mexican border and said, if we can't do it through America, we're gonna do it through Mexico. And we're gonna find a way to get these supplies to our brothers and sisters. We don't give a damn who telling us what. And we'll be out here every day until we're able to get our supplies to them, till they get tired of us. That's how you love the way the scriptures say love. That's how Christ said, when he says, we're going to read it again from the top, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. That's the way Christ loved, man. Christ, in the face of adversity, under Roman captivity, knowing that he's going to die, knowing that he has traitors amongst him, same thing we dealing with. You think those people that's in American uniforms, that's in the sheriff department, you think for once that they're not our people? Do you think some of those border patrol people aren't blacks, Hispanics, or Native Indians? Those are traitors, man. They're lost and they're in the world traitors, but still they traitors. You get what I'm saying? Because they know that those are people. They not even, let's say not even the Haitians, but even the Mexicans, the Hispanics, the Mexicans at the border. It's Mexicans that will capture other Mexicans for the government. You understand? Those Mexicans that's seeking refuge, trying to escape Mexico. They're not loving one another as Christ loved them. Christ would never round up his people for the Romans. Ever. Not at all. So think about what we're doing, man. We're feeding like Christ fed, man. I'm going to show you in the scriptures. We're going to drop that and we're going to get where Christ fed with 2 loaves, with a loaf of bread and 5 fish. We're going to get that in the scriptures, man. This is Matthew 14 and 13, man. We're going to start at Matthew 14 and 13, man. And this is what we do, man. This is what we do, man. This is us loving one another as Christ loved us, man. We're going to show you exactly how Christ loved his people, man. Are y'all ready for that, man? Are y'all ready to see how Christ loved his people, man? If you ready to see how Christ loved his people, man, Let's get it then, man. We're gonna read Matthew 13, 14 and 13. The book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 13. And when Jesus heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place. Apart, Salaki, into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. This is no different than the brothers and sisters in Haiti seeking refuge. They departed out of their city, man. They departed for two different reasons. The brothers and sisters in Haiti departed because of a goddamn earthquake and because they have nothing. They don't want to starve. They don't have anything. The earth is destroyed out there and damaged. It's water everywhere. You understand? It's goddamn turmoil. It's hell. You understand? So they depart. These people heard of Christ and they departed. They heard of a man who could heal, who could fix the sick, who can take away ailments, man, who can feed many, who can provide, who's a leader, who loves his people. This is why they left their homes. You understand? It's two different stories, but it's going to be the same results. We're going to get to it. I'm going to show it to you. Verse 14, and Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. This is what the hell Captain Yatazak and all the men under him in Houston, man. This is what they did, man. And Captain Kahan and all the brothers out there, man. You understand? They healed the sick, man. You understand? They saw a great multitude at the border, and they were sick, and they healed them. They were in need. They were seeking refuge. They were hungry. They were starving. They had nothing that has been given up on. And they healed them, man. And this is exactly what Christ did, man. Let's read it again. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion toward them. What's the key word in this scripture, man? Compassion. Christ had compassion. This is something our oppressor lacks. Our oppressor has no compassion. They see those brothers and sisters at the border, and they want to get on their horses and play cowboys and Indians. They want to get on their goddamn horses and round up some cattle. They want to get on their goddamn horses, get in their citizen-paid vehicles, you understand, from your tax dollars, and they want to go round up them some niggas. You understand that? They want to go look at them people who's running with food, trying to get to shelter, going through water, children, women, and they want to put them in a rope or in a goddamn shackle, some handcuffs, whatever you want to call it, and throw them in a cell, man, or put them in a goddamn concentration camp, man. You understand? This is what our oppressor has. This is what our oppressor wants to do towards our people. But Christ, when he saw a multitude of people in need who followed, who believed in him, he had compassion. And this is what our brothers did. Our brothers had compassion for these people, man. Our brothers made sure that our brothers made sure that our people were well taken care of. You understand? Of course, if we were some goddamn multi-billionaires, we could have rolled up with everything. Could have built them a goddamn compound out there. But we're not, so we have to give what we can. Whether it be the clothes off our back, the shoes off our feet. You understand? Food, supplies, whatever it takes, man. And that's what we did, man. The same as Christ, man. With the spirit of what? What spirit was we in? Compassion, man. We had the spirit of compassion amongst us, man. Let's look up that word, man. Because we need to know words. You understand? And what they mean. Because if I tell you that, you tell me if I'm wrong. If our oppressor has this. You tell me. You tell me. Don't let me say it. Don't let me say the oppressor, America hates our people, man, and don't have no compassion. Let's look at the goddamn definition of the word, man, and find out if this fits America. So compassion, sympathetic, pity, and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. So does that describe our oppressor at the border? Is our oppressor, you understand, does our oppressor have compassion? Is our oppressor concerned with the people at Haiti, at the border from Haiti, who are displaced? You please tell me. Please tell me how, if you believe that America cares about its poor, its suffering, its weak. It just cut off aid to its own people in the form of unemployment. They've refused to give aid to the Haitians out there in Haiti that's suffering. Show me how. Let's look up the word compassion once again. Sympathetic, pity, and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. How does that fit America, man? Can you tell me honestly, truthfully, that they feel this way towards the Haitians at the border or towards the Mexicans at the border? Hell, they still got Mexican children, man, in camps and in cages at the border. They still look at black folks and Hispanics and natives in America who's dying. And you cannot tell me that they lack compassion. But what did the scripture say about Christ? Let's read again. Matthew 14:14. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion toward them. Once again, what does that word mean? Sympathetic, pity, and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. This is what Christ had. Christ had concerns. He was worried about the misfortunes of the great multitude of people who left their cities to follow him. He cared. Let's see what he did, man. We're going to get into it, because when we talk about our brothers and sisters and brothers and sisters in this school, you got to have compassion. If you're going to serve the Lord, you must be a compassionate brother or sister. You must love your brother or sister as you have loved yourself. The sisters say, man, they have no concern about any of our brothers, not our Haitian brothers at the borders, nor to our daughter. Now or Ishkarite brothers, which is the Ishkarites are our Mexican brothers who are still locked in. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely, man. You understand? They have not any ounce of compassion in them, man, towards any of the 12 tribes, man. Especially, listen, in America, they can disguise it and hide it in the form of welfare, in the form of things to wear to the foolish. You may think, well, hell, they give me a free place to stay. I'm on Section 8, but the man can't be in the house. They give me food stamps, but the man has to be on child support. They give you a little bit of something, but the detriment is you can't have a strong provider, a protector in your house. In order to receive anything from America, you understand, even as an American, you have to know a loophole. You damn near got to be a friend and fill out a million forms and qualify, and can't have no blemish or anything on your record. And they make sure they put cases on niggas so that they will have a blemish and that they can't qualify, you understand, to receive, if America did have any compassion for you. You understand? They make sure that it's so hard to receive anything from them that you don't even want to try. You understand that? Or you don't even know how. There's no rule book on ways to get something out of your government, how to make the government work for you. Somebody should write a book on it, because I've never seen the blueprint for it. You understand? I hear about it every now and then. Are they giving away money for this, money for that? Maybe if I qualify, you got to have this. You can't have that. You understand? It's so hard, and you got to jump through so many hoops. At the end of the day, you just want to work. You just want to work and slave and goddamn live your life to pay bills and debt that you don't even care about a crumb that America wants to throw you. But America, you absolutely right, sis. They hate all of our people, man, and they've never had any compassion or concern for anybody, man, especially not the 12 tribes. You understand? These heathen nations, listen, you can be an Afghani, you can be a terrorist in America, and they'll love you. They'll love you. Let your terrorist nation that hates America, that goes to war with America, you understand? Let them have anything, you understand? Anybody who wants to escape that refuge, you understand? They'll fill up a plane and fly you over here. They'll create a bill of support and relief to make sure that you are able to escape with immunity. But Haiti, nah. Puerto Rico, nah. Niggas, spicks, and wetbacks, nah. They don't care about us. They never gave a damn. They don't want us to succeed in America. They would rather you die than to survive. And Lord forbid you need them for anything. Lord forbid you cry for help. Oh my. Oh my, you are frowned upon. You are looked at as a goddamn weak link in an American chain if you need help in America. But the Afghanis, they're looked at as a goddamn charity case, man. The Chinese, the Asians, they're looked at as a goddamn charity case. Please, let's help. Let's pray for Italy when a bombing happens. Let's pray for Asian. Stop Asian hate. Where is the stop Haitian hate? Because what I seen at the border is Haitian hate, man. Where's the stop Mexican hate? Because what I see at the border is Mexican hate, man. Every day I turn on the news and see a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian die at the end of a gun of a goddamn white oppressor police officer or a goddamn government official, whoever the hell they are, man. Where's the stop black, Hispanic, and Native Indian hate, man? There is none, man. There is no cry out, man. That's why Christ came for the multitude. Who the hell was that great multitude, man? That great multitude was Israelites, man, that followed Christ. These wasn't heathens, man. This was Israelites, man. Our people. And let's read that again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 14. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion toward them. And he healed their sick. This is what the ISUPK did at that goddamn border, man. We healing the sick, man. The people who cannot fight for themselves, man. The people who have tried, who have escaped danger, who goddamn left horrifying conditions to seek refuge, man. And we here met them at the border to heal them, man, and give them words of encouragement, man. This is what Christ did. This is why Yahweh Shai is the perfect example, man, for all men to follow. Because that great multitude that left their cities and followed him, he healed them. He healed the sick, man. Let's keep reading, man. Verse 15. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him saying, this is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away. You had those amongst Christ who didn't understand what he was doing, man. Just like you don't understand when you see the ISUPK on the streets, in the ghettos, on the corners, in camps, feeding people, man. You don't get it. You don't know why we there. You don't know what we're doing. You don't understand why we sacrifice the time that we do, man. Why we do the work that we do, and why we take the days out of our goddamn lives to be with our people. And why do we care about the goddamn sick, man? Why do we care about our brothers and sisters on drugs? Why do we care what you eat, man? Why do we care what the hell you put in your body? Why do we care how you treat your woman, man? Why do we care what you do with your goddamn private parts, man? It's because we here to heal the sick, man. And we're not like those disciples. And I'm not saying the disciples, they didn't know no better, man. They were brothers and sisters who never witnessed nothing like this. They never knew a man this righteous, man. Just like you not gonna know men this righteous. They didn't know what Christ was doing. And they questioned Christ. Like, send them away, man. We don't got it. We don't got time for this. These people following you and begging of you, and we're We just barely surviving. We trying to get this mission done. We don't understand what's going on. There's gonna be doubters. You don't be like these disciples was at this moment. In this moment, they had a weak moment, man. And you don't be like them. You be like our brothers, man, in Texas, man. When the multitude was in their face, they fed them, they clothed them, they gave everything that they had to our brothers and sisters, man. It's because Christ did that. You understand? It's because Christ never doubted the mission, never weathered the storm. I mean, Salakia never weathered against that storm, man. You understand? When it was rough, when the odds was against them, Christ stood strong, and he knew and he believed in the Father, in the faith, in the word, in the laws. And he understood these commandments, man, to love your brother as thyself, man, as Christ loved. This is how Christ loved, man. We're showing you right here in Matthew. Christ never doubted and said, send them away, man. Ever. Let's get to it. Let's keep reading. And that they may go into the villages. So like, we're gonna read this from the top, verse 15. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him saying, this is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages, and buy themselves victuals. You understand? The disciples said, Christ, we don't understand what's going on. We don't know why you're trying to feed. This is a lot of people, man. This is a bigger burden than we can carry. Let them go to themselves and survive. Let them survive for themselves. They had a very weak moment. They had a Christian-like moment. This is what the Christian church believes. Let you fend for yourself. This is what your enemy believes, man. Let you fend for yourself. This is not what our King believes, man. Let's see what Christ said. This is not how Yahweh Shah Mashiach. This is not the faith that Christ said. This is not the belief that Christ said, man. These were brothers who were following Christ, who didn't know the mission, didn't understand strength and weakness, didn't understand the faith. Even though many miracles was performed, they still had a lot of work to put in, just like you who doubt this truth, just like you who doubt Commanding General Yohana, just like you fake Israelites who go in and say, well, why is Commanding General Yohana in charge of it? It's because Commanding General Yohana has the plan. Commanding General Yohana is not scared to go on the goddamn border in the face of adversity and goddamn feed the people and heal the sick of that great multitude, man. That multitude of our brothers and sisters from Haiti, man. Come all the way down from Haiti, man, to Mexico, man. You know how far that is to travel on foot? Do you realize how long ago this earthquake was for these people to walk and what they had to survive just to get to the border, to be rejected because they were told to fend for themselves? You understand that? But Christ, that's not what our King did. That's not what a leader of people do. That's not what Commanding General Yohana would do. And he's following Christ. This is why we follow Commanding General Yohana. It's because he's following Christ. He is a stronger man than me. I'm not saying I got the spirit of the disciples at the moment where they're questioning it, but imagine you being in that situation and you don't have a food program to feed your brothers, and your brothers are being persecuted at the border, man, being whipped and rounded up, and you got to go in there as a refuge. You got to go in there with compassion. If you don't have a plan, get the hell out the way, man. If you don't have a plan, stand down. Get the hell out of our way, man. You're not in the truth. You don't have the spirit of the Lord. You understand that? Get the hell out of the ISUPK way, man, and let us make our way through so we can get to our people and feed them and clothe them and shelter them. You understand that? And make sure that they will survive till tomorrow, and do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that, all while you're partying, all while your faith is weak, while you're worried about yourself, you're worried about your family, you're worried about how you're gonna eat. You understand that? Do you understand that? Let's keep reading. But Jesus said unto them, they need not depart. Give ye them to eat, man. This is what Commanding General Yohanan said, man. Let's read that again, man. But Yahushua said unto them, they need not depart. Give ye them to eat. Feed them, man. Don't let them leave, man. This is what we did at that border, man. We showed our brothers and sisters that, man, it's not about, you understand, us. It's not about them fending for themselves. Them brothers and sisters need not go back to Haiti, man. Give them ye to eat, man. Give ye them to eat, man. You understand that? Give them something to eat. Feed them brothers, man. Feed them sisters, man. And shut your goddamn mouth, man. Don't worry about what the hell we're going to do. We're going to make sure our brothers and our sisters are okay, man. And we're going to do our part and what the Lord commanded us to do, man. Because that is what it's all about. That's what these scriptures are about. It's about taking care of the weak. It's about loving your brother and your sister as you love your goddamn self, man. You ate today. You put on clothes today. You understand? You got to make sure your brother's in Haiti. What, you going to forget about the tribe of Levi? Huh? You're going to forget about the Haitians? You understand? As if they hate you. As if they done something to you. These are your brothers, man. This is why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians must gather together, man. Because we are all we have, man. Christ knew it. He understood. He didn't wait on the Romans to feed the multitude. He didn't wait on Caesar. You understand that? Christ made sure that he was the provider. He showed why he is Lord. Why he is king, man, of kings. It's because only a leader in the face of adversity, in the face of all uncertainty, can provide for the multitude. And this is what we do. This is what every brother and sister across the nation should want to do. This is what every brother and sister across the nation should aspire to be like, man. I don't know if you see, I was so moved by them brothers, man. It brought tears to my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. You understand? Seeing these videos of what these brothers did, man. You understand? It brought tears to my eyes, not of sadness, but of joy, man. To see my brothers out there representing the Lord in ways that I can only dream to do. You understand? And I applaud them brothers, man. You understand? Because they deserve it. They deserve it just like Christ deserved to be king. You understand? They deserve our admiration, man. You understand that? Let's keep reading. Verse 17. And they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. The disciples say, well, damn. We ain't got nothing but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. How the hell we gonna feed them? This is why we said send them apart. Send them back. This is why their faith was not all the way there. Because they counting how much they got. They thinking like, we barely got enough for each other. Let alone all these Negroes. Let alone all of these people at the border. This is what your Christian church does. This is what you do on the daily. You look up and you say, I can't help nobody. I only got enough for myself. Let alone help a multitude of people. What the hell can I do? Send them on their way. Let them fend for themselves. This is what America has taught you, man. This is not the way of our culture. This is not the way of our king. You say you are a believer in Christ. Why ain't you out on the front lines? Why ain't you out there? You understand? Where's your organization that's designated to be in Mexico, man, on the borders, battling border patrol, battling the U.S. government, man, and finding a way to feed your people? Why ain't you out there, man? It's because you're not like Christ. You're not a follower of Christ. You understand that? You do not follow Christ. You don't follow Jesus. You don't believe. You only pretend to. And you're in our way. If you can't get out there, donate every last dollar you have to the ISUPK. Go to ISUPK.com right now and empty out your goddamn bank account if you have any compassion in you to serve the Lord, man. And you're just not able to make it. You understand that? Give it to the men who can. We'll absolutely make sure those brothers and sisters get everything they need. Don't go donate to the Red Cross Blue Shield. Don't go donate to FEMA. Don't go donate to your Christian church. Ever. Give your money to Commanding General Yohanan and let the men of the Lord work in the will of the Lord and follow in the footsteps of Christ. You understand that? Let's keep reading. Verse 18. He said, bring them hither to me. Man. Christ said, bring that multitude to me. Salakia, not multitude. Bring the food to me. Bring the 5 loaves and 2 fishes to me. And I'm going to show you what I can do with this. I'm going to show you the spirit and the power of the Lord is manifest through him. You understand that? And this is something that we've done. These brothers are not rich. Our brothers in Texas don't live in mansions. But they fed our people, man. They clothed our people, man. Same way Christ about to do it. I'm going to show you how. Verse 19. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and looking up to the heaven, he blessed and brake and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. Verse 20. And they did all eat and were filled, and they took up the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. Now, how did Christ do this? How in the hell did Christ start with 2 fishes and 5 loaves and feed thousands? You understand that? And feed them till they were full. It takes a special type of belief. It takes a special type of understanding and wisdom and faith. Because through our Father who is in heaven, anything is possible. Man. Anything is possible. You survived, didn't you? You were a filthy, wicked bastard, drug user, whore who slept with every man who slept with every woman that crossed their goddamn path. You are a goddamn drug user and dealer, but you survived. You changed. You're in the school. You've turned over you became a new creature. So why wouldn't you think it's possible for Christ to feed thousands when you've done the impossible? Those brothers and sisters in Haiti walked from Haiti to Mexico. Somebody look up and put it in the goddamn chat how far it is from Haiti to Mexico. Baba Kashab. If y'all watching, please look up. I don't care who it is, how far it is from Haiti to Mexico. Please look that up and put it in the chat when you got it. Baba Kashab. We're going to keep going. Verse 21. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children. Man. Thousands of people were fed. And it started with 2 fish and 5 loaves. Or am I saying that right? So lucky. Yeah, 2 fish and 5 loaves. If that ain't the most high, I don't know what is. I do not know what the hell is going on if that is not the spirit of the Lord, man. Call me a liar if that ain't a miracle performed by Yahweh Shai, man. If you watching, please make sure you put in the post how far that is. Let me see if any brother or sister got it. Check YouTube real quick. It's a login. So I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. We're gonna look up how far it is from Haiti to Mexico. This is how far. This is how far our brothers and sisters had to go. Walk. Anybody can have a guess. For those of you who didn't look it up, how far is Haiti from Mexico? Type it in your chat, your guess on how far it is. Don't look it up. I already got the answer. Somebody tell me how far that is. Can you imagine how far these people had to walk? These brothers and sisters. For time's sake, I'm going to give it to you in the chat. I'm not in the chat. I'm going to give it to you. From Haiti to Mexico, it is 1,820 miles. You understand that? 1,820 miles. These brothers and sisters walk for refuge. Just to be turned away by America. That is unbelievable. 1,820 miles. Man, you don't understand the spirit of the Lord, man. We're going to drop that. I think we get the gist. We're going to get into our topic, man. Love, man. What is the love of God? Let's read. It's in 1 John. First John 4 and 7. Oh no, Salaki, not 4 and 7, Salaki. First John 5 and 3, Salaki. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. This is UPK 101, man. The love of the Most High is us keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. It's something that a lot of people don't understand how important that is to do. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is the love of God. We just read a commandment that we love one another as Christ has loved us. We showed you how our brothers in Texas displayed that commandment by feeding our brothers and sisters at the border. It's imperative that we keep this commandment, that we know that every time we show an act of love towards each other, that we're following the Most High. We're keeping the Lord's commandment, and simply just by doing good things for one another. Simply by asking our brother and sister if everything is okay with them, making sure that Salakia. By making sure that every brother and sister, you understand, by making sure that every brother and sister, you understand, is accounted for, and that they have everything that they need. You know what I'm saying? Just by showing a little love to, not even a little. When I say love, I'm Salaki. I don't mean a little love. When I say love, I mean like, when I say love, I'm not talking about like just by doing something small. I'm talking about to be able to do, you understand, what we do and what our brothers did for another, for our Haitian brothers and sisters. That's absolute love. That's keeping the commandments. We talk about these commandments as if somebody would be like, well, I don't believe in the Bible, right? So what does that mean? You get what I'm saying? To keep a commandment. When we mention keeping these commandments, law, statutes, and commandments, the reason why it's imperative that we do it, it's not just because it's in the Bible. It's not just because it's in the Bible. It's because this is a part of our everyday lives. Us loving one another is a part of a bigger picture. You don't look at it as like, okay, I love my brother. All right, I'll do that because the Bible said do it. No, that leads to a chain of events. That has a bigger impact on someone's life than you know it. Your love for your brother and sister and following that commandment, it not only changes your brother and sister's trajectory of their life and the direction on which they're going, but it shows them another side to life in general. Meaning what? Their whole life, love was based on reciprocation, right? Somebody do something for me, I'll do it for them. That's how they receive love. What about a stranger? I got brothers and sisters in this school I don't even know. I've never met. They couldn't possibly do anything for me. So what? I'm supposed to not love them? I'm not supposed to. Who's going to initiate it? You understand that? If we're in the world and I'm going by the world's version of love, it's only love those who's proven themselves. But how do I love somebody who they haven't proven anything to me? They've never bought me nothing. They've never done nothing good to me. But here's the thing. Here is the difference between the love of God and the love of the world. You understand? Of a regular, everyday love that you experience. The love of God is I'm going to love you no matter if you've done something for me or not. I'm going to love you enough to not kill you over your trespass against me. I'm going to love you enough to not start a petty beef and reconcile our differences. Let's say we get off to a wrong foot. Let's say I speak to you inappropriately. Am I going to hate you forever because one day you met me and I brushed you off and I didn't say thank you or something small and now you hold a grudge against me? No, love is not a two-way street all the time. Do you think those brothers and sisters from Haiti is going to do the same thing that the ISUPK did for them to us? They can't possibly do it. So the love that the brothers gave, it was without any recompense. It's not to, oh, I'm gonna do this for these people so that they'll do something for me. This is the difference between love according to the Most High and love in the world. In the world, if I show you something, I buy you a drink, you gotta buy me a drink. If I loan you money, you gotta loan me money. That's in the world. In here, it's different. You're loving without expecting anything in return. You're loving because it's the right thing to do. It is what the Most High expects of you. A commandment isn't an option. It's not a thing that comes in effect because you just want it to. It comes in effect because that's what it's supposed to be. It's just a way to keep you in line. You understand? It's a way to say, if I'm outside, if I'm not doing this, then I'm outside of what I'm supposed to do. It's a parameter. It keeps you in the fence, in a box. You understand that? It has nothing to do with if I'm going to return the same favor to you. If you're loving someone and you're expecting them to do exactly for you what you've done for them, then you're wicked. You're in the world, and that's what worldly people do. That's what people in the world think. They think, I do something for you, you do something for me. We one hand wash the other hand wash the face. You understand that? We're in the school because we understand that loving one another is simply about love. It's simply about, I'm going to do what's right because it is the right thing to do, with no expectation, with no compensation, with no trophy for doing it. You understand it? If Christ died and you got high after Christ died, you understand it? You do understand that your king laid down his life for you, and you smoked drugs and you went against the Lord, and your king never done that. He never went against the Most High, and he died for you, and you always went against the Lord until now, till you came into this truth. You must understand what love is. Love is not the way you thought it was. Love is not you telling someone I love you. Love is what? Let's read. Let's read what love is, man, because I don't think we understand what love is. Let's read 1 John 3 and 18. Baba Kashak. Let's get to it, man. The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word. Oh my, you've never heard that before. Let us not tell each other, sweet, I love you. I love you, sis. I love you, brother. I love you. I love you. You love me. Oh, love me. Love, 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 love. Oh, no. Let us not love in word. Let us not be a goddamn Christian organization. Let us not be a worldly organization who say they love each other. Man, I love you, brother. And then your brother dying in the street. Your brother starving in the goddamn street. Your brother is homeless in the street. Let us not love the way they love. We cannot do that. Absolutely not. You are not a follower of Christ if you're doing what they do. You are not a follower of Christ if you are loving the way your parents loved you. By throwing you out the house at 17, telling you to fend for yourself. I cannot help you no more because you're at this age. That's not love. I'm sorry to tell you. Your goddamn mother and father did not love you. They tried. They thought they loved you. They gave you a little bit of love. They didn't love you wholeheartedly. Your mother and father let you be a whore. Your mother and father let you be a drug dealer. Your mother and father accepted you as a homosexual, as a drug dealer, as a thief, as a robber. They didn't love you. Because you got to love, not in word, but in deed. And if you love in deed, if you love the love of God is keeping these commandments, your mother and father did not love you. They never enforced the commandments. They absolutely never told you what real love is. They never showed you the love that Christ had. I just showed you Christ's love indeed. Christ could have listened to the disciples and said, you know, you're right. That's a lot of people. Shit, hell, it's a lot of us. We only got goddamn 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. We can't do nothing for nobody. That's not what Christ did. Christ showed absolute true love. Christ put his brother and his sisters before himself and his people. And his people were in his ear telling him, please do not give them nothing. Let them fend for themselves. That's what your mother and father do. Your mother and father looks at you at 30, 40, 20, 17, sometimes even younger than that, and tell you to fend for your goddamn self. You understand that? That is not love. You understand that? I don't give a damn if you're 82 years old. If you ask a brother or sister for help, and if you need something, that help is to be given no matter how old you are, no matter what you have going on. It is an order for you to love one another as you love yourself, man. It is an order for you to get that brother and sister the help that they need. You absolutely have to. There is no way around it. If that brother or sister cannot sleep, cannot stay, has no place to go, it's your job to take them in. It's your job to feed them. It's your job to clothe them, because that is the love that the Bible speaks on. How else you're going to be different from Christians? Christian church tell you to pull yourself up. Christian church say pray. Get on your knees and pray and let God deliver something to you. What if God delivered you? What if you was who God said help this person? That's what God actually did say. He said for you to love your brother as yourself. You have a roof over your head. Your brother must have a roof over his head. You have clothes on your back. Your brother must have clothes on his back. You ate today. Your brother must eat today. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no, I can't. Right now is not the time. It's bad. You absolutely have to help your brother. And if you're not in a position, somebody got to help him. You got to point him in the direction to where he's going to get help from. And don't get it twisted. It's circumstances where we get it. We're one body. I may not be able to do something directly right then, but I'm going to call. Best believe you call me and I can't do it. I'm gonna make a call to somebody who can. Hey, Salaki, somebody called me with and they messed up right now. What can we do? Can one of y'all have to go help this person? I'm at my slave. I'm this, and that. You understand it. It's your job to not just say, oh man, help yourself, pull yourself up. You can survive. Do what you gotta do. That's not how it works. You absolutely understand that. And you, as a person who need help, you absolutely have to accept the help righteously. You can't fault someone if they're not in a position at that moment to fulfill your order, but they pass it along. It's what jobs teach you. If you can't do it, pass it up. You camp leaders, man. You understand that? It's your job to make sure your city is ran smooth. You understand? Don't ever pass the buck off to anybody. It is your responsibility to make sure that everything goes right and that the people who are under you and in your zone is fully taken care of. If a brother or sister starves in this zone, it's all of our fault. But that camp leader, you shouldn't be able to sleep at night. You understand? This is the oath and the responsibility that we take. This is what Christ was camp leader. You understand that? He's the King of Kings. He was the leader of those men. And he couldn't rest until the multitude was fed. And you shouldn't either. You understand that? And that's for anybody. I look at the brothers in Texas showed the ultimate example of compassion. You understand that? And leadership. Let's read this from the top. Book of John, chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Man. Love in truth and in deed. Do everything in your power to show your love for your people. What the sister Salaki, the sister said, love is not without conditions. The Most High love us if we obey him. That is definitely true. That is the Most High. But here's the thing. Us, on this level that we on, we're not the Lord. We can't say, well, we only love those that obey us. You understand? If that's the case, then hell, we can't do the work. Because all the brothers and sisters in the world, they're not going to obey us unless we show them that we love them regardless. Christ showed us with that great multitude that, you understand, they didn't obey Christ. This is what the disciples told them to get. They wanted them gone because the disciples knew they wasn't sacrificing what they were doing. They wasn't putting in the work the disciples put in. Why are we trying to feed these people? Listen, we got to love our people unconditionally. You understand that? We got to know that our people are not going to love us the same way we love them. They're not going to go to bat for us the way we're going to go to bat for them. This is why we're leaders over them. You think the disciples... No. Of course, sis, I definitely understood that. But what I'm saying is this. You think that the disciples love Christ the same way Christ loved them? You just heard. Do we got to go to Peter denying Christ? You understand that? In a position of leadership, you are authority. It's a different stroke for those who are in charge. You are commanded to do different things than those who are under you. This is why we have rank and order, to keep order. Because if we let the trooper set the standard of love, and the trooper set the standard of how we should love one another, then we may never get to the point to where we love like Christ loved. It starts with the leadership. The leadership must set the example on how to love. You understand that? And of course, those that obey the Most High, of course, I love my brothers in this school more than I love my brothers in the world. So I understand where you're coming from, sis. We love is not without condition. To get my unconditional, to get love from me on a level like where I just look at it like, you know, in a certain way, you have to be, you understand, following the Lord. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna love every brother and sister according to the law. You understand? No matter if you a drug dealer or not, I'm still gonna have a lawful love for you. However, am I gonna go and sit amongst every a drug dealer and do what he do and sit around, not Salaki, never do what he do, but do congregate with them and take away time from my brothers and my sisters who's putting in the work and doing what the Lord required? No, of course not. You understand it? However, I do love my brother. I love my earthly brother. I love my, you know what I'm saying, my fleshly brother, who biological brother. You want to say that? Both of them. You understand? My sisters. You understand? But there is a but. There is no but when it comes to my brothers in this truth, who's putting in the work that I'm putting in, who's sacrificing what I'm sacrificing. You understand? You're right. The Lord loves us if we obey us. I mean, if we obey him. However, the Lord clearly loved you when you didn't obey as well. He loves Israel, period. You understand? He holds a special love for those who obey him. But he has love for you when you were a filthy, wicked sinner, because he loved you enough to give you mercy when you did not deserve it. So who am I to say, oh, I don't love you because you smoke weed? I don't love what you do. Absolutely. I'm not going to go and, you know what I'm saying, and participate in what you do. But do I love my brother who's on the streets getting high because he that's what he learned in America, because our oppressor served him drugs and told him to cope with your conditions with drugs? Of course I love my brother. However, my brother must, in order to receive my full love, in order to be one of us, to sit next to me, you understand? You must stop smoking weed. You must stop doing drugs. You can't come into this truth. I love you, but you can't come and sit with my brothers who's making a sacrifice and receive the admiration that I have for the brothers who sacrifice. My mother can't come in here and just serve and receive the love that I have for the sisters who's putting in the work and sacrificing their time, their house, you understand, their jobs, whatever it is, to be able to provide for the men of the Lord. Absolutely not. You understand that? So don't get it twisted. We're not the IUIC. We love our brothers and sisters. We love Trayvon Martin. We love Mike Brown. You understand? George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Ahmaud Arbery. You understand? Salakia. If anybody I forgot, all the people that died, we love them brothers and sisters. Don't get it twisted. However, you understand, those brothers and sisters in this truth, though, that's sacrificing their daily lives and putting their life on the line, those brothers and sisters hold a special place. They have the love of the Lord. Not only my love, but the Lord loved them. You understand? And they're doing what it takes. Let's drop that. Let's get into some more scriptures. Give me 1 second. It's the book of First. We're gonna read the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. This is the book of First John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? Goes back into what I just said. You sitting around hating on your brothers and sisters who haven't came into this truth yet. Like, they're part of that great multitude that Christ fed to show them, like, this is where it's at. This is what life is about. Life is about us being there for one another. Life is about us following Christ. You get what I'm saying? We got to love the people we can see. I see my brothers in the world. I see my brothers in this truth. I see everybody. However, I know that there's a difference. You get what I'm saying? I know that there's a difference between those who sacrifice. You get me? And I know brothers and sisters who I've seen y'all. I know y'all love y'all mother, father, and brothers. Don't give a damn what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get it. We're not Jehovah's Witnesses, man. I've seen them turn away from their loved ones because of their religious beliefs. This is not that. I'm not gonna sit and sin with you, but I love you, mother, my father, my brother, anybody who's not in this truth. I still love you. However, I want you to change. The Lord requires you to change. I want the Lord to be fully on your side. You understand? I want the Lord to spare you. I want you to receive salvation. That's a different type of love. I'm going to love all of my people the same, lawfully. You understand that? But when it comes to these brothers and sisters in this truth, it's a little bit more effort, a little bit more love, because I know their struggles. You understand? I know what they're going through. I know that they're sacrificing like I'm sacrificing. And that's what you should be doing. Sacrificing. Not loving what you want to do, but putting the love of God first. Let's drop that. And what was I at? Let's keep reading. Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also, man. That's simple, man. That includes sisters, brothers, everything. You understand? You love the Most High. You love your brother, man. I don't give a damn. Your brother is a wicked bastard. You love that brother. That doesn't mean you're going to condone what he do. That doesn't mean you're going to go sit with him and celebrate Christmas and Halloween. That doesn't mean that. But you love that brother, man. Because that love is what's going to drive him into this truth. Because the world gave up on him. Imagine you doing the same thing that the world did. Think about it. I remember the day I came into the truth, and how the brother that loved me when I was a wicked bastard came to me and considered me and showed favor in me and gave me love that I never seen before. You understand that? From a stranger. I never met this man a day in my life. Came to me and gave me love. Come. Same thing. Water. And I appreciate that. Let's Salaki. That's it on that. Let me get 1 Peter 4 and 8. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Man, this is a powerful scripture, man. Having charity. Do you understand what that means? That charity, man, is going above and beyond for your brothers and sisters. This is what our brothers in Texas did. They went above and beyond for their brothers and sisters. This is what we want to do. We want to go above and beyond for our brothers and sisters, man. Having that spirit of charity. You understand that? Being able to look out for one another without a reward, man. Going all out for our brothers and sisters, man. That charity goes a long way with the Most High. This charity that the scriptures are talking about is not your $5 change to a goddamn homeless man. That's not charity. That man is gonna possibly feed himself with it, or he might go smoke it up. We talking about when your brother and sister is down, you making sure that brother and sister is okay, and if they need anything, you going out your way, absolutely, to make sure that they are okay, and that they survive whatever troubling time that they want. That's why we read Christ, because he went out his way for a great multitude that the disciples said they wanted to send away for them to fend for themselves. That's not what we do here in this truth, man. We're not going to send away anyone for them to fend for themselves. What we're going to do is we're going to goddamn gird up our loins, and we're going to get on the front lines, and we're going to feed and provide for our people. No matter what they're going through, we're going to go through it right along with them. You understand? Our brothers and sisters at the border, we went down to that border because that's what absolutely what they did, what they needed. You understand? They needed us to go on that border and fend and fight and feed them. Think about if you was weak and you couldn't feed your people, and you let the goddamn people, you understand, the United States government tell you, oh, all right, you can't give them food. Give it to the church. Get out of here. And we just left. Like, okay, well, the government, United States said we can't do it. Was that going to feed the Haitians on the border? Was that going to get them to where they needed to be? Were they going to survive another day without you? Your charity has to be honorable. Your charity has to be righteous. It has to be a goddamn charity that you really feel. Them brothers' charity was like no other, man. You've never seen that before. I can easily hop out my car and give a goddamn homeless person $2, $5, my loose change, and say, "Oh well, I feel good, man. That brother, he couldn't eat without me." Did you fight through adversity to give him that change? No, it was convenient for you. Charity that's not charity. Real charity, it got to be uncomfortable. You got to dig deep and feel as if I would never do this. This is not me. I'm going to do it because I'm not who I used to be. I literally care about other people that I've never met, and I want to see them win. And I want to see them succeed. And I don't want to see my people starve. It takes a special brother and sister. It takes a special type of Israelite to be able to do that. Not all of Israel is Israel. You understand that? You have to dig deep. And when the Bible says charity, it's not talking about a small handout. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Man, what them brothers did made up for all the wickedness that they did in the world, man. They didn't do it to make up for that. But the Lord looked at that and said, well, goddamn, I don't remember him as being a smoker. I don't remember him as being a thief, a robber, a goddamn adulterer. I remember him as loving his people, as being a commandment keeper. This is what you want to strive for. This is what you want to achieve in your life. To get the Most High to forget your iniquity and remember your righteousness. This is what we're doing. This is why we keep the laws. To say, Christ, our King, who died for us to have a second chance. I'm going to take my second chance and I'm going to goddamn go to the border and feed my people like you fed people, Christ. I'm going to walk in your steps. I'm going to follow the commandments. I'm going to do as you did, Christ. This is why you got that second chance. Not for you to play no goddamn video games. Not for you to be on the sidelines watching and saying, oh, well, love is love. You want to be Russell Westbrook in a goddamn dress or be a woman condoning wickedness or going against your husband. This is not why Christ died. Christ died for you to be a goddamn righteous individual, for you to stand up to iniquity, not for you to participate in it. Christ died for you to be better than what you were before. You know the truth now. You've been in classes, you've studied, you've heard the words of God. What are you going to do? Christ died for you to do something. We just read, love in deed, not in word. You have to do something. You love Christ, show him. Show him you love him by loving your brother. Show him you follow his example by feeding your people, by giving charity to those who need, by being an absolute, outstanding, marvelous, awesome brother and sister in his truth, man. You never wither, never turn your back. Continue to fight for your people, man. And don't stop, because Christ never did. Christ fought to his last breath. Christ did everything that you can imagine yourself doing. And it's going to come a time where you're going to have to carry your cross. You understand me? Where you're going to have to carry the burdens that Christ carried. Man, once again, let's give these brothers in Texas a round of applause, man. Because they carried their cross perfectly, the way Christ did. They did not waver. They did not turn their back on their people. They continued. They took the time. Who the hell else doing it? Did you see T.D. Jakes at the goddamn border? You didn't see no goddamn T.D. You didn't see Joel Osteen at the border. You didn't see your Christian pastor at the border. You seen the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, at the border. You didn't see nobody else, man. And they wanted to know who the hell we are. It's a time gonna come where the whole earth is gonna know who the righteous are. Why aren't you here? Why aren't you giving your all? You should be giving everything you have to the Lord. There should not be a time where you feel weak, where you do not want to do the work, where your burden in your little measly life is stronger than what the Lord requires of you, man. We know your lights need to get paid. We know your bills got to get paid. You absolutely have to sacrifice everything you have for your people, man. You absolutely have to do it. There is no way. There is no other way. It won't work if I consider myself first. It won't work if you think about yourself first. You want to be first, you're going to be last. It's biblical. And those that's last, you're going to be first. It's biblical. This is what Christ thought. Let's get the book of 1 John, chapter 4 through 7. Chapter 4, verse 7. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another, for the love is of God. The love is of God. You loving your brother is of God, man. It's not wicked for you to put your brother first. Your rib, she'll never understand. She'll never understand that you love your brother more than you love her. She'll never understand that your brothers and your Akim, your sisters come before yourself. Nobody in the world is going to understand it. Don't ever think that they will. Only the men and women in this school, they will understand. Everybody else, they'll never understand it. They'll never get it. But what you do does not go unnoticed. It does not go unnoticed. Let's keep reading. And everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Verse 8, he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Christians read this and say, see, God is all love. He don't have an ounce of hate in him. It's not what the scripture is talking about. You don't use this and say God don't hate. This scripture is about strictly you loving your brother and being of God. It's a godly thing. The Most High. You're tapping into the side. Listen, you know, as a person, I'm sure you experience many emotions. Love being one of them. This is a time where you have to hate. You have to be a warrior. You're going to love the man that killed your family. You're going to love the man that's at the border stopping the tribe of Levi and your brothers from entering America and seeking refuge. You're going to love him. That's not what this scripture is talking about. Scripture is talking about loving your brother, loving your people. That's what God is about. It's telling you the good side of God. His mercy, his love. Must we pull the scriptures about God and his hate and his judgments? You understand that? This ain't for you to just say, oh, in one sentence, God is all love. This is not Christianity. This is about what it's about. It's about love. I'm not saying this is not talking about love. This is absolutely talking about God is about love. However, come on. You read this scripture and you pertain it to what we're talking about. But we have plenty of scriptures where God hates, where God terrorizes, where God kills. You understand that? So don't get it twisted and say, well, see, God, you should be all loving. God, no, there is a time to hate. You're not going to, how do you love the people who's being oppressed and the goddamn oppressor, man? It don't make sense. I can't love the Haitians and the Border Patrol at the same goddamn time, man. One conflict with the other. They hate the Haitians. I hate them. They hate my brother. That's biblical. I don't love the people that want to kill my people, that want to starve my people. Don't be foolish. You love your brothers. This is speaking of God's side that love his people, man. Don't get it twisted, man. Let's keep reading. go to Romans 13:8. The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. I rest my case, man. I rest my case, man. Owe no man anything but to love one another. You don't owe anybody nothing but just your love. Just to treat them like Yahushua treated you. Treat them like Yahushua treated his people. Like Christ treated people, man. That's what you owe people. You don't owe them money. You don't owe them anything. You owe them the respect that Christ gave you. The respect that Christ gave his people. Christ gave his people his life. You understand that? Treat them the way that Christ treated you, man. For if you do that, you have fulfilled the law. If you're able to love your brothers in the way that Christ loved you, you have fulfilled the law. If you're able to do that, if you're able to love, put someone first, you've done what the law asks you to do. It starts with that. You're not going to sell your brother pork. You're not going to kill your brother. You're not going to gangbang against your brother. You're not going to be a homosexual and trying to sleep with your brother. You understand? You're going to be a goddamn lover of the law because you fulfilled the law in your love for your brother. Everything that you do is, if you're a homosexual, you do not love your brother. You know why? Because you're a weak, effeminate man. You're showing your brother how to be a, excuse my language, I'm going to say a bitch. And you're going to make a bitch of your brother. Faggots, Salaki. The LBGTQ community makes weak men. They make feminine men. You don't love your brother. You want your brother to be feminine. You want your brother to slap box. You want your brother to switch. You want your brother to put on a dress. You want your brother to be a goddamn weak man. You don't love your brother. Drug dealers, you don't love your brother. You don't love him. You want your brother to be high. You want your brother to be incoherent. He can't make wise decisions. He's polluting his body. He's poisoning his body. He's putting, you understand, you're putting poison in your body. You're weakening your body. You're killing yourself. You want your brother to die. You're a drug dealer. You understand that? You eat unlawful foods. You're poisoning your brother. You're putting poison in your body. You do not love your brother if you condone eating unlawful foods. You're a woman. You commit adultery against your husband. You're sleeping around. You're fucking, excuse my language, you're having sex with other men. You do not love your people. You're making a man emotional. You're making him have to question everything about his love and who you should give it to. You're making him effeminate. You're a woman and you're emasculating a man. You will not relinquish the power to a man. You're making him weak. You don't love your brother. You don't love your brother. That man that you love, that you lay with, that's your brother too. Don't get it twisted. We ain't talking about in a sick kind of way. That's your brother though. And you want to see him weak. You want to see him emotional. You want to see him out of his mind because he's worried whether you're sleeping with the neighborhood. You don't love your brother. You understand that? You don't love your brother. You're a gangbanger. You're a blood and your brother's a crip. You're a GD, your brother's BD. It doesn't matter. You hate your brother. You do not love your brother. You want to see your brother dead and in jail, and you want to kill your brother. You hate your brother. You understand that? That's horrible. We here to follow the commandments, and the commandments say love your brother. You hate your brother, man. You absolutely hate him. Absolutely hate your brother. And I'm gonna end on this, man, because everything is about Christ, right? So we're gonna read the book of John 15 and 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. This is not a brotherhood class. This is about the law. The law is to love your brother. It is also a wonderful thing for you to lay down your life for your brother. Be willing to die for your brother. Them brothers who went out to the border, they didn't know if they were to get shot, be persecuted, hated. You understand? They didn't know what they were facing. They could have been a mob of KKK on the border who hate the Haitians and want to see them never to come into America. But they lay down their life and risked it to feed our people and our brothers. So like the sister say, those border patrol riding down the Haitians in 2021 look just like, oh, absolutely, sis. You absolutely right. They look just like, and we didn't know what to face. We didn't know if they could have turned them whips on us. You understand? They could have, rounded us up. You understand? Locked us up and met us with arms. You understand? It is imperative that you understand that if you love your brother, you love your people. You got to be willing to die for them like Christ did. I am absolutely, looking in my eyes, I'm absolutely willing to die for my people. Man. Absolutely. It is not, there's no greater death than for me to die for my people, for my family, not just my sons, my daughters, my wife, my kids, anything, mother and father. I'm talking about all of my people. Man. There's no greater thing than I could do than lay down my life for you to live. You absolutely must understand that this is what we're up against. You are to love one another. Doesn't matter. You love one another the way Christ loved. Christ fed people. Christ raised up the dead, healed the sick. You understand? Went to the trenches and then faced adversity. Was on the run. And he did all of that for you. You must do the same. You must fight in his truth. You can never give up. You can never back down. In your weakest moment, you must find strength. You must contact your brothers for strength. If you're ever feeling weak, please give me a call. Give any leader in this school, any call officer, captain, general, reach out. Never drop your sword and continue to fight. The Lord requires us to fight and to love one another, man. And love is the most powerful thing you can have for your brother. We cannot be stopped if we love one another, man. There is nothing our oppressor can do if I absolutely put you first. If I absolutely would be willing to die for my people, there is nothing that they can do to me. You understand that? It's not about fun. It's not about you doing what you want to do. It's absolutely about you living your life according to what the Lord has ordained for us to do. Your job is to be an example of righteousness. It's to do what the Lord requires, man. And you cannot fold. You cannot stop. And with that, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Thumb to all of Israel. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. This is the ISUPK. We started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, man. And if you, a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, a Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian, you understand, any one of the 12 tribes need refuge, need help, need anything, reach out to the men in your zone. Go to ISUPK.com. If you cannot, contact us directly. Our YouTube is ISUPK Nevada. Our Facebook is ISUPK Las Vegas. Our Instagram is ISUPK Nevada. Tap in with us. Contact us for anything that you need. If you're looking to, you understand, to overcome these obstacles in America, make sure that you reach out to the brothers and sisters in this truth. And with that, shalom.